development and education. I want to highlight one program up front that opens on September 28th and then talk about a couple of the other things that we do. As Dan mentioned, the STARS residency program is a program that supports artists, scholars, and humanist scientists as well to do work with schools. So they're grants between $2,500 and $5,000 that support individuals or cultural organizations to do work with schools. So in Fall River, what that means is there are at least 18 different schools here that are eligible to apply for this. It's one grant per school. This year, one of the big changes we've made is that the artist or the organization can be the applicant, not just the school. That makes life a lot easier on a lot of people, as schools, as we all know, are quite overburdened. And it also helps facilitate the payment to artists for this work in a much more effective way. We're doing a lot of convening and information sessions about those. We're also going to be posting some resources for how to go and build these partnerships with schools. It's hard right now. It's always hard, but it's particularly hard right now given the changing public health situation, the differing guidelines that schools have regionally or locally. So those partnerships are really key to being able to make these residencies happen. We are allowing an option for hybrid residencies as well because there are so many things that are completely out of our control at this point. So if you have any questions, if you even have an idea or a school you want to approach and you think we can help, please reach out to us. We're happy to help craft the application, to help make connections, to support you with effective practices of other folks. We really want to see a lot of new applicants to this program over the next couple of years, especially as the arts are still themselves really struggling to make a comeback in our public and private schools following COVID. Outside of that specific grant program, there's a few people in here who have been associated with a program called Youth Reach, which supports out-of-school time programs for creative youth development. That program has historically been a 3-year grant cycle, and we just finished that cycle in June, which means no one would be eligible for another 3 years, which would be a real bummer for me to come all the way down here and talk about. But we're doing a lot of work this year and hope to be creating new on-ramps for that program in the next couple of years. So again, there's a few folks, new applicants in here I've already spoken with, but that's an important program to stay in conversation about. Outside of money altogether, one of the tremendous resources we have in Massachusetts is the community of people and organizations that are already doing this work. Every month, we convene these organizations to share effective practices in real time. This started during COVID with just a few programs, and then it grew and it grew and it grew, and over a year and a half, we did one every single week. And we now have folks calling in from all over the country to talk about some of the challenges and the successes that are happening with arts programming, primarily out of school time. They're open to anyone, so we'll be sharing those dates for the coming year in the next couple of weeks as well. There's something about being able to look at other people, even if they're in little Hollywood squares, and being able to articulate the same challenges and the same problems and be able to share those solutions. So that's a service we're going to continue to offer and hope to build with a lot more representation. So STARS is up and coming September 28th, and in the meantime,